Okay, so this is going to be an ancestral message for Scorpio. The video is in night vision right now, just in case spirit team, whatever, decides to pop in during this video. How this works is your team has communicated with my team when I asked earlier today if there was a message that needed to get out for anybody, and that message I'm going to relay to you is what was given to me. Now, I just recorded a Libra ancestral video, and I forgot to mention in there, so I'm going to mention it in yours, that I was strongly given the feeling that you, Scorpio, are possibly with a Libra, and I had a small little hint that stated you two are actually a couple that should stay together, okay? And if you are not with a Libra and you're contemplating leaving a partner, know that a Libra is coming your way. Okay. So Scorpio, your message is a message about something that you are having difficulties with, that you are hiding. You're hiding it from admitting it to yourself, and you're hiding it from the people around you. It's a quiet, internal, sealed issue, meaning you don't even acknowledge it. You don't think about it. You don't address it. Nothing. You've sealed it up and have left it in the background. Your team is bringing it forward, and reason being is because if you do not acknowledge this issue and you do not address it and you do not speak aloud to the person that you're dealing with right now on this issue, you're not going to have anybody in your life when you grow old as a partner or a companion. It is that vital, okay? So, my light just went out. 1 second. Okay. So, Scorpio, you have a depth, a containment, and a truth that is inside you. So this means that this is something that runs real deep. This is something that could stem from childhood or stemming from your very first love ever felt in life. This is a pattern for you, okay? And what you're carrying alone needs to be acknowledged by yourself. You need to name what this issue is, okay? And that's part of acknowledging it, is naming what the issue is. And then you need to release it. And how you do that, you name it, you talk about it, let it go. Journal it, light it on fire, let it go. This is something from the past that is, it's going to make you sick, okay? Some identifiers for this Scorpio so that you know this is you that I'm talking about. This is a Scorpio that has been through something very emotionally intense in the last year, that it's causing you a deep disappointment. You appear fine and functional on the outside. You appear to be composed, but you're not okay on the inside. You don't want pity for what's happening to you, and you don't want advice. You just want recognition. You are afraid that if you open this door and you talk about what this issue is emotionally, then you won't be able to close it, and you're not going to be able to keep it shut, and you feel like you're going to lose, the people around you are going to lose respect for you or look at you in a different light. And unfortunately, that thought process is very unhealthy for you to have. And in fact, I can almost assure you that 9 times out of 10, if you were to open up and be that brutally honest with yourself and with your partner, you'd probably have a whole lot more respect given to you by them. And you would have less of a fog within your relationship. And I think you'd have a lot more control than you think. Your message is that you don't have to carry this alone, this issue that you're hiding. It is safe for you to be seen with this issue. So that is your guides telling you that your partner is most likely going to be supportive when you tell them. And that is also letting you know that you're not going to lose the respect that you want within the relationship. It will probably strengthen it, and you will feel seen. Your core message is that your pain does not make you weak, okay? Your intensity does not make you too much, okay? Your privacy does not mean you have to isolate yourself. So, whether this pain is physical or internal, just because you feel the pain does not make you weak. You have to realize you're still alive. You're getting up every day. You're fighting through it. You have not gone psychotic from the pain, so that means you're strong, right? The intensity. Everybody, if this is physical or emotional pain, your emotions, your behavior, your characteristics are going to be intense anyways, because you're irritable and on edge. Like I said, whether that's physical or emotional. So the intensity does not make you too much. What makes you too much is when you don't have softness with that intensity. You can be intense and your partner understand why you're being intense, but you have to be able to turn around and say, I was wrong, I'm sorry, I just don't feel good, this is why. But you have to actively be able to acknowledge that, take ownership for it, and then find other ways on how to get out of that cycle of your intensity if it's too hurtful. But you're allowed to feel what you feel. Okay? It's not wrong. The privacy thing, I can understand that because I'm a very private person too. In fact, I like to be in my own area, my own space, without people. So when that came through, that told me that you're not just somebody who is spending time in their own space to recharge from being exhausted with people. You're literally like hibernating in there all day and all night. Like nobody sees you. That's not healthy, because you're not willing to go inward and think about what's doing that to you, and you're not willing to work on it, and you're not willing to express it, okay, to get it out. And so you hibernating in the room or in your space, whatever, with no outside, You're putting yourself in a very dark, depressive hole. And if this is vital for you to keep your relationship, I suggest you wake up to that right now and show yourself a little bit of respect and love, and open up to your partner, ask for help, and take the help. It says you are allowed to ask for support without losing your power. Okay, so this totally reminds me of the thing like back in the day, old movies where, you know, like you'd have the man and the woman driving in the car and the guy totally gets lost, and then you got the woman going, why don't you just pull over for directions, right? And the guy's like, I know where I'm going. And 2 hours later, they're passing the same spot again, right? That's what that reminds me of. Just because you need support and you have to ask for help doesn't mean that you're any less of a man. Okay, just you're human comes before being a man. So no matter what, everything that you feel and do goes back to being human. Humans are not perfect. Humans are not know-all. You can't live your life without having any type of help. And if you don't want a female to help you, then you need to figure out how to get a part of a men's group, okay, whether that be online or in-person groups, but you need to go to those so that you can get some type of masculine friendship, masculine support to help you through what you're going through. Because if not, I'm telling you, the way that you're living, your insides are going to shut down on you. You're going to get sick and old real quick. And you're just going to wither away. Your team clearly is trying to reach out to you to stop this. They don't want that happening. The block you're experiencing is not about trust in others. It's about being seen, and you don't want being seen to cost you your dignity and your control and safety. So again, that comes down to you thinking, if you express any type of emotion, any type of insecurity, or any type of weakness that you think is a weakness, that you're no longer in control, you no longer hold your dignity, and you're not safe. That is like 40s and 50s mind frame, and if you were born in that era, you should be pretty close to croaking right now. Just saying. So I don't think you're that old. You're gonna need to broaden your mind frame a little bit, expand into this day and age era. You know, as you grow and the eras change, you have to adapt. You have not adapted for decades. I'm making out to be like 1,000 years old. No, no. Decades, okay? You haven't extended out for decades. You gotta let that old thought process go. You've chop it up. Then there's a sense of relational honesty that needs to be had. So, relational honesty, that is every single type of relationship you have had in your life. You have to be honest about what it was, why it was that way, what caused it to be that way, what was the influence for it to be that way, what was the core issue in all those relationships. Okay, so you have homework to do, and this is what's going to clear out all your emotional baggage that is built up, that's eating you alive, and going to allow you to start fresh. Your spirit team wants you to now let all this information from this video to settle in. They don't want you to feel like there's a need to fix anything right now. Okay? You don't have to figure out anything right this second. They want you to just allow the information to sink in. Allow your conscious to process what it's heard, file it away, put it where it needs to go, and then rest. Okay? They want you to get rest after you get this information. I would suggest maybe revisiting the information in a couple days after you hear it, and just see if your thoughts from hearing it now to a couple days, if they match up, or if you can tell the difference from what your thought process is after it's been processed. No judgment here, like I said. You don't even want to know the type of decisions I've made. But if you do have questions on how to work through this type of issue, or want any more ideas on how to go about getting masculine support, whatever, I'm full of information, full of resources. You can always reach out. My email is in the description box, and I will do my best to get you a shot in the right direction. If you have not yet liked, shared, or subscribed to my page, please do so. Take a look at the other videos, and again, let this information sink in and get some rest.